What have I done to myself? Oh, please stop growing. Stop! Mother, please!
Amara had always been different. In Uchi village, where women took pride in their long, thick hair, Amara had none. Her head was smooth and bald, like a freshly swept floor. No matter what she tried, nothing ever grew. Other girls braided their hair every market day. They laughed, compared styles, and admired themselves in small mirrors. Amara would sit inside her hut, listening to their laughter from afar, her heart heavy. Children whispered when she passed. Some women pitied her, others mocked her. Maybe her hair followed her destiny and ran away, one woman joked once. Amara heard it. She smiled, but inside something broke. Her only friend was Nkiru, a gentle girl who always covered Amara's head with a scarf when they went out together. "You are still beautiful," Nkiru would say. But Amara didn't believe it. At night, she cried quietly. She avoided gatherings. She avoided mirrors. She avoided love. In Uchi, a woman's hair was her pride, and Amara felt incomplete. Amara did not sleep well that night. She kept touching her head, feeling the smooth skin again and again, as if hair would suddenly appear by morning. But when the cock crowed and sunlight entered her small mudroom, her head was still bald. She sighed deeply. Outside, village women were already awake. Amara could hear them laughing as they walked to the stream, their wrappers tied firmly, their long hair swinging freely on their backs. Amara felt the pain in her chest again. That morning, her only friend Nkiru came to visit her. Nkiru was kind, gentle, and always spoke softly. She sat beside Amara on a wooden bench and looked at her closely. "Amara, you look tired," Nkiru said. "How may I not be tired?" Amara replied bitterly. "Every woman in this village has hair except me." Nkiru hesitated, then leaned closer. "They say there is an old woman who lives near the forbidden forest," Nkiru whispered. "People say she has herbs that can solve problems no one else can." Amara's heart began to beat fast. "Herbs for hair?" Amara asked. Nkiru nodded slowly. "They say if she gives you something, it will work. But they also say her solutions always come with a price." Amara did not care about the price. All she could think about was having hair. Long, beautiful hair. Hair that would make the women in the village look at her with envy instead of pity. "Where can I find her?" Amara asked. Nkiru frowned. "Amara, people say that forest is not a place to joke with. Strange things happen there." Amara stood up suddenly. "I am already suffering," she said. "What more can happen to me?" That same evening, Amara wrapped a cloth tightly around her chest and tied another around her waist. She covered her bald head with a scarf and began the journey. The path to the forest was quiet, too quiet. As she walked deeper, the air became cold and the trees blocked the sunlight. Birds stopped singing, even the wind felt heavy. Amara's legs shook, but she did not turn back. Soon, she saw a small hut made of dry leaves and mud. Smoke rose slowly from it. Her heart pounded. Before she could knock, an old woman's voice came from inside. "I have been waiting for you, Amara." Amara froze. "How does she know my name?" she whispered to herself. Amara's eyes widened as she stepped inside the hut. The air smelt of dried herbs and something earthy she couldn't name. Her heart pounded like a drum. "You are bold, coming here alone," said the old woman, her voice low but steady. "Not many dare enter my forest, but I see you are desperate." Amara swallowed. I need hair," she said quickly, her voice shaking. "I don't want to be bald anymore. Everyone in the village, they laugh at me. They pity me." The old woman studied her for a long moment. "Hair is not just for beauty, child. It carries power. The hair I can give you will grow faster than you can imagine. But with every gift comes a cost. Pain, trouble, sometimes even betrayal." Amara's heart leapt. "I don't care. I will do anything. Please, give me the hair." The old woman nodded slowly. She reached into a small clay pot, lifting out a dark, glistening mixture. This is the potion. You must apply it at night. Speak to your hair. Feed it love. But hear me. The hair will listen to you. If anger, jealousy, or greed enters your heart, it will punish you. Amara took the potion with trembling hands. I understand. Good. But beware those around you. Not everyone will wish you well. Keep your gift secret. Guard it. That night, under the faint moonlight, Amara applied the potion to her scalp. She whispered to her hair, telling it she loved it, promising she would protect it. Pain shot through her head, sharp and unbearable, but she gritted her teeth and endured it. By morning, the hair had begun to grow, strands longer than she had ever imagined. They tangled and twisted, almost alive. Amara gasped, both terrified and amazed. By the next morning, Amara awoke with a strange heaviness on her head. She reached up to touch her hair and froze. It had grown so long overnight that it spilled over her shoulders and down her back, thick and wild, tangling around her arms. Every movement felt heavier than the last. Pain shot through her scalp as she tried to comb it, but it was no use. The hair seemed to have a life of its own. "Oh no, what is happening to me?" Amara whispered, tears filling her eyes. She tried to hide it under her scarf, but even the cloth felt tight and heavy. The hair pulled at her neck, her shoulders, her arms. Every step she took, every turn, the weight seemed to grow. By midday, Amara realized she couldn't leave the hut. She was trapped inside her own body, trapped by her hair. Her fingers bled from trying to comb through the knots. When Nkiru visited her later, she gasped at the sight. "Amara, your hair, it's like a river of snakes." Amara backed away. I don't know what to do. It hurts, Nkiru. It's too much." Nkiru hesitated, glancing at the thick hair that now covered half the floor. Then, quietly, she said, There might be a way to help, but you have to trust me." Amara wanted to believe her friend, but something about the way Nkiru's eyes flickered made her uneasy. She had always been kind, always, but now, with Amara's secret so valuable, Amara couldn't shake the feeling that Nkiru might see this as an opportunity. The next few days were hell. Amara could barely sleep. She applied the old woman's potion nightly, whispering to the hair, begging it to slow down, but it didn't obey. Each strand seemed to thicken, twist and coil, growing faster than she could manage. One evening, Amara was sleeping in her hut. Nkiru sneaked into the hut and caught Amara's hair. When she woke up, her small clay pot, where she kept a portion of the potion, was open. Her hair that had been neatly tied with a ribbon was now loose, tangled, and shorter in some places. Who did this?" she cried, panic rising in her chest. Nkiru stepped out from the shadows. "Amara, I just wanted to help," she began, but Amara stopped her. "No, you touched it. You caught it." Amara's voice shook with anger and fear. "How could you? You don't understand. This hair, it's my life now." Nkiru's face paled. I didn't know. I thought maybe I could help you control it." Amara sank to her knees, clutching her head. The hair wreathed around her arms, almost as if it could sense the betrayal. Pain shot through her skull. It hissed with energy, heavy and alive. From that moment, Amara realized something terrifying. Her hair was not just hair anymore. It was power, and anyone who touched it without her consent would suffer the consequences. She looked at Nkiru, her tears flowing freely. "You've made it worse. Now I have to be careful with everyone. I can't trust anyone." Outside, the village went about its daily life, unaware of the chaos that had begun in Amara's small hut. The hair was no longer just a gift. It was a curse. By morning, Amara could hear voices outside her hut. The villagers were whispering, pointing, and staring. Her hair, now longer than she could imagine, spilled over her shoulders and coiled around her feet. It brushed the ground like thick vines. Amara's heart sank. She had hoped the forest magic would remain secret, but now it was impossible. By midday, her stepmother, Nena, arrived at the hut. "Amara, what is this I hear? Your hair, it's unnatural. People are talking. I will not have our family disgraced." Amara backed away. I don't know what's happening. I didn't ask for this to happen." Nena's face twisted. "Unnatural or not, this is a curse on this house. If you cannot control it, I will call the elders." The thought terrified Amara. If the elders saw her hair, they would not understand. They would see only danger. The next morning, Amara woke to a strange stillness in the hut. Her hair, which had grown overnight like a thick golden river, brushed the floor silently. Something felt wrong. Before she could move, the door slammed open. Nena, her stepmother, stormed in, her eyes blazing with anger. "Amara, this is enough," she shouted, her voice echoing against the mud walls. "I will not have this madness in my house. You think this is a blessing? The village is talking. People are scared of you." Amara stepped back, her hands trembling. "Please, it's not mine to control. Silence," Nena snapped. "I am tired of your excuses." Before Amara could react, Nena grabbed a pair of scissors from the corner. The sound of metal slicing through air made Amara's heart stop. "Stop! Mother, please!" Amara cried, trying to hold her hair, but it was impossible. Nena yanked the thick strands, and one by one, the magical hair fell to the ground. Amara fell to her knees, tears streaming down her face. Her scalp felt raw and exposed. She had begged, pleaded, and cried, but Nena's fury was unstoppable. When every strand was cut, Nena grabbed the bundles of hair and marched outside. She lit a small fire by the hut and threw the hair into the flames. Smoke rose, curling into the sky, carrying with it the magical strands that had caused Amara so much pain and awe. Amara watched in silence, but as the smoke spiraled into the sky, she realized something terrifying. The pain in her scalp was immense, yet beneath it, a strange tingling sensation began to spread. Amara's eyes widened. Her hair, it was growing back already, faster than before. Amara barely slept that night. Her heart was heavy, her body trembling from the pain of losing her hair. But the next morning, she woke to a sound that froze her blood. Nena's wails pierced the air. "Help! Somebody help me!" Amara ran outside to see her stepmother lying on the ground, clutching her stomach, her face twisted in agony. Smoke from the burnt hair still lingered faintly in the air, but the effect on Nena was far worse than Amara could have imagined. She rushed to her side. "Mother, what happened?" Nena gasped, her eyes wild. It burns inside me, my head, my body." Amara's stomach sank. The fire she had watched had not just destroyed her hair, it had awakened something dangerous. The forest's magic connected to the hair was punishing the one who had tried to destroy it. "Please, let me help you," Amara begged, tears streaming down her cheeks. But every touch caused Nena to scream louder. Amara couldn't bear it. Her stepmother's pain was unbearable, and she felt powerless. She realized that staying in the village would only bring more suffering to her and perhaps to others. With a heavy heart, she turned away. She ran as fast as her legs could carry her, back to the forest, back to the place where her hair and her destiny were tied to something beyond human understanding. Amara ran through the forest, tears streaming down her face. Her stepmother and Nena had fallen seriously ill after burning all the hair. The sight of her mother-like figure writhing in pain shook Amara's heart. She could not bear it. She needed answers. She needed help. She needed a solution that could save both of them. She returned to the old woman's hut in the heart of the forbidden forest. "You are back," the old woman said, her eyes sharp yet calm. "But you return empty-handed, and the price has grown heavier." I don't care about the price. My stepmother is dying. I will do anything. The old woman studied her carefully. Very well, there is a way to save her, but know this. Magic always demands balance. You may gain nothing for yourself. You may even lose what you hoped for the most. Amara's chest tightened, but she nodded. She would do anything. The old woman gave her a small clay bowl filled with dark, thick herbs. Give this to her. Do not touch your hair again. You must leave it be. The forest will decide what remains yours. Amara raced home and placed the herbs in a pot. Nena drank it slowly. The color gradually returned to her face, her breathing steadied, and her groans softened. Relief flooded Amara's chest. But then she touched her own head. Her fingers ran over her bald scalp. The magic that had once promised endless hair had vanished. Not a single strand remained. Her hair would never grow. Shock and disbelief filled her. She had risked everything, and in the end, she was still bald. The villagers whispered when they saw her, some pitying, others in awe of her courage. Even her stepmother looked at her with new respect. You gave everything for me, Nena whispered, even when it cost you what you wanted most. Amara bowed her head. Some things are more important than vanity. Life is heavier than hair.